Another battery-powered doorbell has hit the market, but this time it is not from Ring. It's actually from Google. It's been about 3 years since Google has come out with a new video doorbell. This battery-powered version's got a nice sleek look, but it's quite a bit bigger. It's also got some great new features, but is it really worth it? That is what we're gonna be taking a look at in today's video, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So the Nest Hello doorbell, Google's previous version, was probably one of my favorite doorbells out there. And it was the one that I was recommending to most people who were looking for a great quality video doorbell that was packed with features. Well, Google has now come out with the new Nest Doorbell Battery powered. It's got a great new look to it, but like I mentioned in the beginning, it's huge. Personally, that doesn't bother me. I'm okay with a little bit bigger doorbell. I don't need a small, tiny doorbell that people can't find. So the bigger one is fine with me. Now, the great thing about this doorbell is it actually comes in cheaper than the previous version. So it comes in at $180. Now, some of the features you're gonna get with this doorbell is that you're gonna get two-way talk. We've got HD resolution of up to 30 frames per second. It's got an aspect ratio of 3:4. We've got 145-degree field of view. We've got smart notifications. This is gonna give you notifications for people, packages, vehicles, and animals. We've also got 3 free hours of event-based recording. Now, those are all the free features that come with this camera. If you do sign up for their Nest Aware subscription, you're also going to get face recognition, which is going to allow you to get notified when certain people come up to your door. Now, one thing that is missing from this doorbell that the old Nest Hello had is that there's no 24/7 recording. Even if you have the subscription that allows for 24/7 recording and you do have this wired up, it does not provide 24/7 recording with this camera right here, which if that's a big deal for you, this is not going to be the camera for you. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. I'd also appreciate it if you guys can give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel a lot. And with that said, let's get started. Look at this monster right here. So here is the doorbell itself. Got a nice big button on here. We've got the Google little logo right there. Take a look at the back. We've got a USB-C to charge it up. We've got our wire connectors. If you do want to wire this thing right here, that's what it looks like on the top right there, but that is the actual doorbell. Inside the rest of the box, we've also got the mount here. We've got a template if we need to mark some holes. We have got our wedge. So this is gonna be if we do need to angle it or not. We can put the wedge in right there to angle it. Here is our power cable. We've got our instruction guide. This is going to be to unlock or unhook the doorbell from the mount right here. You're going to put that right in the top. And then we've got a box here. This box is full of the anchors and screws and it looks like cushions right here. And then we've also got some wire extenders in there. Now that we've seen what comes in the box, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get this thing installed. Now in the box, the doorbell comes with a 20-degree wedge. So if you do need to pop your doorbell out just a little bit, get a better angle, we've got the 20-degree angle on here. But if you need something more than this, there are actually some products from WasherSign. Now, WasherSign did send these out to me, but we've got ones that can go vertical, we've got horizontal, we've also got a wall plate. So if you've got kind of a messed up wall that maybe you want to hide screws or something like that, you can do like a wall plate. So here is the wall plate right here. You can go ahead and that can stick right there and kind of cover up any holes or anything for when you are installing this. So it's just going to go on right there. We've also got our vertical mount. So vertical mount, you can adjust it up or down. So I'm not sure why you'd want to necessarily use this one. This is if you are going to want to tilt your camera down a bit. But with the field of view, this one's going to have such great angles. I don't really think you're going to need to do it much up and down. But if you do, that is going to give you anywhere from a 0 to 10-degree adjustment on that one. And then the last one here, we have got a 35 to 55-degree adjustment. So if we take a look at this one right here, say if it's up against the wall, we can actually bow it out even more. So say if we were to have the doorbell mounted on like this and we want to angle it out even more to get a better angle on it, you can do that with these mounts right here. Now, I'm not going to use any of these mounts. I just wanted to show you guys what some of the options were. And because this is battery powered, I'm not even gonna put it in the standard spot that I would put my doorbell. Instead, what I'm gonna do is that I am going to put this on my front door. It's gonna be dead center of my front door looking out. We are gonna get the best angle with it, taking advantage of the built-in battery. So let me go ahead and get this installed and we'll start taking a look at some demo shots. All right, we're testing out the audio and video of this doorbell. I'm about 4 or 5 feet away from it. You can clearly see all around me. We got helicopters, we got leaf blowers, lots of noise going on around. Curious if you guys are hearing that on this also. But this is what it looks like during the daytime. We'll take a look at an evening shot when this isn't so bright behind me, and then also a night shot on what this camera can do. All right, now we are out here checking out an evening shot with this camera. My porch light just turned on right there. You can see that this is not as blown out behind me. This is what an evening shot looks like. Typically, these cameras look the best with this kind of lighting right here. Next, we're going to take a look at a night shot to see what this camera is capable of. All right, we are testing out the doorbell now at nighttime, obviously. This is what it looks like with all of the lights off right now. I can see 2 red lights on the front for their infrared lighting, but this is what it looks like. What do you guys think of this night vision? Okay, so the initial test, I was actually pretty disappointed with how long it took for it to start recording. People were pretty much already to my door. I didn't get them walking up. I'm kind of hoping that by wiring this up now, I'm going to get better response times, but we'll check that out right now. All right, that's what I am talking about. So if we noticed in the footage that I shot when it was just on battery powered, I was missing the beginning of the shots. So I wasn't getting anything until somebody actually was kind of at the door. But once I wired it up, I was actually getting a bunch of pre-roll. I actually started recording before, maybe 3-4 seconds before I even came into the shot. So that is something to keep in mind, that if you can have this wired in, that is gonna be the way to go. Now this camera comes in at $180. That's actually gonna be a bit cheaper than the Arlo and the Ring cameras that come in at $200. But you're gonna be paying a little bit more for the subscription fee. That's if you're only getting one camera. So if you just have the one camera, Arlo is $3 a month, Ring is $3 a month, Nest is going to be $6 a month. Now that is twice as expensive, but if you want to start expanding your system and get more and more cameras on there, it's going to just be the $6 a month, no matter how many cameras you have with the Nest Aware subscription. Now you can bump that up. You can pay $12 a month, and that's going to be unlimited cameras. And that is going to give you 60 days of event cloud-based recording, and it's going to give you 10 days of 24/7 recording. But before you get too excited, the video doorbell is not included with that 24/7 recording. That is only going to be if you get other Nest cameras around your house. So if you do want that 24/7 recording with Nest, I'd recommend maybe taking a look at their new Nest Cam battery. You can put that maybe up by your door for that 24/7 recording, but unfortunately the doorbell is not going to have that feature. But that $12 a month covering 10 days of 24/7 recording is just a fantastic deal. Okay, I do want to show you some features in the app. So one thing to keep in mind is that you're no longer going to use the Nest app for these cameras. You're actually going to use the Google Home app. And I got to say, it's not as good. The Nest app was much more robust. I liked the features in there a lot more than this app right here. This app still needs a lot of work as far as the cameras go. But if we go ahead and if I click on cameras, it's going to bring up all of the Nest cameras that I have. So these are ones that were tied to my actual Nest app that are now in here. And the cool thing is that if you have the camera plugged in or wired up, it's going to give you an immediate live view. So right here, this is the video doorbell and it's giving me an immediate live view. If we scroll down, so we've got the Nest battery backyard, notice that it is in idle mode. That is because it is on battery, and the video doorbell did the exact same thing. When it was running off a battery, it does not load up a live view. It loads up in idle, and then from there you have to click on live view. But now that it is plugged in, it's giving us an immediate live view. So I can go ahead and tap on it right here. It's going to bring up a live view of what's going on. At the bottom here, we can push to talk. I see history and more. So we're going to go off live. We're going to go to history. And this is the new history of things that you're seeing. So it looks like we had a delivery. That was the last event that was going on right here. Let's turn that volume down. And we can scroll through here. Let's go back to when I last saw something. Just going through a few minutes here. It doesn't scrub as good as the Nest app did, or at least from my experience, I didn't think it did. So I'm kind of scrolling through here, and it's with the Nest app, it was a lot cleaner going through stuff like that. Now, we could also click on full history. So full history is going to bring everything that has been happening with this doorbell. We see Right up at the top, it says front yard doorbell. So it is listing everything that was going on with the front yard doorbell. I can scroll through, we can take a look at all the different events. Now these things to me are going through way too fast. It's a jumble of everything. But if we go through and, if I click on this guy right here, so package is no longer seen. It did detect that somebody came and picked up the package right there. So we're gonna back out of there and let's take a look at another one right here. This is me coming home, and you notice it didn't get me until I was pretty much right at the door, and that was when it was on the battery. So I am happy to see that if you do have this powered up and wired up, you're gonna get a better response time with it. Okay, so who is this doorbell for? I would say that if you're in the Google ecosystem, meaning that you've got a Google Nest Hub, the one with the display on it, or Google Nest Mini, then this is definitely going to be a great buy for you. I mean, you're just going into the same ecosystem. Everything works so well together. And I also want to mention that being in the Google ecosystem, if you do have one of these Nest Hubs with the display on it, if somebody comes in and rings the doorbell, it's automatically going to pop up on that display for you. And if for some reason it is not, I did do a video showing you how to set that up, and I can link it above for you guys to check out. But that's a cool feature right there, and something that we love with our current setup is that if somebody comes to the door, rings that doorbell, the kids can see a display of who is at the door before answering it. Now, if this is going to be your first video doorbell and you're not that into paying a subscription a month, this doorbell does have a lot of cool features that are free. You get the 3 free hours of video recording, but to me, 3 hours just isn't enough. Something happens in the middle of the night or you don't catch it right away, you're not gonna be able to go back and look at that footage if it's past the 3 hours. If you don't like the subscription, a camera that I really like are the Eufy doorbells. Those are all subscription free. You don't have to pay for any subscription to those. It records everything locally on the base station that is kept in your house. So I'd recommend checking out Eufy if you wanna avoid subscriptions. Now, if 24/7 recording is your thing, then you're gonna wanna go with the Nest Doorbell Wired. Formerly known as the Nest Hello Doorbell. It's been renamed, but that one still can do 24/7 recording. It's just this new battery-powered version can't. So those are my recommendations and some other video doorbells for you guys to check out. What are your thoughts on this doorbell? Do you like it, or are you gonna be picking up something else, or do you have something else? Are you gonna be replacing it? Let me know in the comments below. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. I'd like to thank everybody who supports me on Patreon. It truly does help support the channel. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.